everyone, it's Ashley. Welcome back to my channel. This video is my latest L3 haul. It's a small one. It's not from last week, of course. It's from the week before, I think. But I just wanted to talk about a lot of these blends. I got a lot of fruity ones, fresh ones for the spring. So let's get started. I hope everyone has had a great week, great weekend. Sunday afternoon. I know I don't like Sunday afternoons, because of what's coming tomorrow. The beginning of a new week, but it'll be okay. All right, so I just got a handful of things. The reason why I bought this order was I requested one of my favorite blends of all time, Grassy Pants. So that's in here in a scoop, but I'll talk about the scoops last. So, okay, first one. I got several. When I say several, I mean 3. 3 trigs, because guys know I love to blend. This first one is Jo Malone Wood Sage and Sea Salt type. I've smelled this in the department stores in the actual cologne bottle, but I haven't really had it in wax. But I grabbed this one because I really am into fresh and into just the springtime. Everything is being renewed, and not out here. The trees haven't started to bloom yet, but I know in other parts of the country they have. But this is just a nice fresh. It's not too sagey. Sage can be, sage is a spice, and it can be overpowering in my opinion. But this is the perfect blend. And I mean, Jo Malone fragrances are beautiful, so I don't really have to worry too much about that. The sea salt, this is a comforting, this can be melted alone, or you could really go to town with blending this, in my opinion, with salty sea air, of course, sea kelp, grass, fresh cut grass, lavenders, peppermint even. I'm going to experiment with this one, but I am happy she's poured that one. It's been a minute since I've seen it. Next is Caribbean fruit. And I wasn't quite sure, and I'm not quite sure what the actual notes are to Caribbean fruit. But right off the bat, I'm getting mango. And mango and I like mango, to eat mango. They're delicious and juicy and creamy. But sometimes mango is weird smelling to me, especially mango sorbet, I think. So I kind of tend to stay away from mango heavy scents. But this one here, I think there's got to be mango or papaya. They kind of smell similar to me. Papaya is not my favorite scent, but maybe a little bit of passion fruit. All those tropical Caribbean, hence Caribbean fruit, or even, a little bit of a Hawaiian feel to it. Might have a little bit of pineapple in it, a little bit of banana. I'm not sure. I have to look up the notes for that single oil there. And next is Fuji Apple. And I bought this on Christie's, and she insisted that I grab this because she said it's everything. And she's right, because this is so good. It does not smell like apple, in my opinion. I try to look up the notes. I don't know what fragrance vendor L3 uses. There's many out there. If you've looked around at fragrance oils, there are a lot. This does not outright smell like an apple to me. It doesn't smell like Granny Smith, Red Delicious, certainly not Mac Apple. It's got a little bit of creaminess to it, and it's actually really hard to describe. The thing that I am thinking, and I'm going to say this even though this is an L3 video, if anybody has ever smelled Rose Girl's Bodacious Bowser, which I'm in love with if you watch my channel, this smells like the apple that is in Bodacious Bowser. That's the only thing I can describe it as. And yes, I know this is an L3 video, but it's just a comparison. And I could be completely off, because I believe the description of Bodacious Bowser is green apple, but it smells the same to me. So this is really good. I actually bought 2 trigs of this because I had an order in the past that I grabbed the Fuji Apple, and I forgot that I actually did. So I have 2 of these floating around, which isn't a bad thing because this is scrumptious. This is certainly fantastic to melt alone. You could blend this even with zucchini breads, would be delicious. Angel food cake, pound cakes, brown sugar, anything in the bakery department, or even other fruits. You could even blend a little bit of banana with this, would be good. Banana. I don't know about raspberry because, you know, raspberry can be floral, as you know, as most of you know. It depends on the raspberry that you have. I would even do a little bit of orange with this. You know, might be good to give that apple and oranges. This is just, it's fun to have these trigs to blend with. So those are my trigs. I grabbed a couple of bougies. This is a small order. First one I got is Sugar Cakes Blueberry Meringue Tort. And I grabbed this because I really like sugar cakes. For a vanilla blender, they hit it out of the park. You know, Jen, Trish, whoever came up with this blend. I know it was requested several months ago to come up with a new vanilla blender scent, and I don't know behind the scenes who actually designed this one, but it is a great sugar cakes blend. Sugar cakes is fluffy yellow cake batter with whole vanilla bean frosting and crushed vanilla wafers on top. It's a little bit heavier in the vanilla cake versus just kind of, you can really smell that fluffy, fresh vanilla cake, in my opinion. Sometimes I'm comparing this one to, you know, Don't Cross Streams or White Elephant Exchange, where it's just straight vanilla. There really isn't any depth to it. Sugar Cakes alone is fantastic. It has probably taken over my previous favorite vanilla blender, which is Don't Cross Streams. I really like that. But this one, the blueberry meringue tort, it's just like sugar cakes with blueberry. Just juicy, fresh blueberries that are, you know, bursting open and warm and yummy. This is fantastic. I'm going to get that going soon. And then I grabbed just the bougie of Sugar Cookie Royale because it's been such a long time since I've had this on its own. And I know it's been poured in loaves and scoops and stuff. And honestly, by the time I think about grabbing it, it's sold out because it's such a fantastic blender. I mean, this is probably the ultimate blender in my opinion. It's creamy. This reminds me of Loft House cookies, you know, or the soft sugar cookies with the fluffy frosting. You know what I'm talking about. They're sold everywhere. This reminds me of that. And it's got a little bit more vanilla in it, so you can really smell that vanilla extract. This is delicious. I'm happy I have one of these. I'm going to melt it alone just to see how strong it is, really. So now I know basically, I mean, I can smell Sugar Cookie Royale before and I know what it smells like, you know, alone. It's just been such a long time. The old brain can't really remember what it smells like melting alone. So that's that. Oh, I got one more trig. I'm sorry, it was hiding. Dove. I love Dove. Dove is such a good soap to me. This is, oh, it's nostalgic. This reminds me of my aunt. My aunt, she uses pink Dove and sometimes white Dove, but this is just so, it's creamy, it's relaxing, it's Dove soap. I mean, you can't get better than that. This and Ivory are my two favorite soaps to put in blends. And Ivory is so incredibly strong, but Ivory is beautiful. Like, it's relaxing, it's spa-like, it's creamy, it's a classic. So those are all of the bars I got. I got one cloud cake in Wildberry Mousse, Zucchini Bread, Sugar Cookie Royale, and Vanilla Buttercream Frosting. I grabbed this because I am really into Wildberry Mousse right now. Really into Wildberry Mousse. And I kind of... Blackberry Jam Butter Cookies is a weird oil to me. I don't like all vendors, even in blends. And I kind of think I mistakenly put Wildberry Mousse kind of in the, oh, it's going to smell similar to Blackberry Jam Butter Cookies because it's got some of the same notes, except for the bakery part of it, of course. I was wrong, and that's okay because now I know I can go to town with the Wildberry Mousse stuff. So this one here is not as heavy on the zucchini bread as some of the other blends that L3 offers, of course, just because it's got that Sugar Cookie Royale and it's got that buttercream frosting. So, and this also it's not too terribly strong on the Wildberry Mousse either. This is a very creamy blend, but I would bet that the Wildberry Mousse comes alive on warm. We shall see. This is going to go in my chopping tote for not this next round, but the next round after that. I have planned for May, you know, believe it or not, it's going to be May in a few weeks. For May, I have planned, I think I'm going to do a week, you know, do one vendor a week or one type of wax a week, say scoops for a week, or trigs for a week, or bougie bars for a week, and you know, and whatever each vendor calls their stuff. You know, I just I don't want to. I'm debating whether I do a week of nothing but one vendor, or I do just the type of scoops, and then, you know, just, you know, go vendor wide. So we'll see. That's what I'm thinking about. Okay, I got a little loaf, bitty bitty, of lemon curd, sugar cookie royale, and zucchini bread. I love lemon curd. Can't go wrong with it. Lemon curd is such a strong, creamy, tart lemon. It's better to me and to my nose than lemon meringue, lemon sugar. It's just got that nice balance of creamy, tart, and sweet to it, and I love it. So I grabbed this. I wasn't going to get this one because I have a lot of lemon curd blends coming from the pre-order with all those delicious chunks that they offered last time. This one, lemon curd right off the bat. I don't get too much zucchini bread and not too much cookie, but there is a bakery aspect to it, which is, you know, no doubt those two there. But this is what I'm going to get going. I love to melt lemon all year, but I really especially gravitate to it in the spring and summer. So, you know, that's coming up pretty soon. I got a 4-pack of Tarts in tobacco, warm vanilla, sugar, and black amber. I love tobacco scents, and I always have. You know, I'm kind of that melter, or that person that likes a little bit of everything. Everything's in my wheelhouse except for a handful of things that I just can't do. Everything's in my wheelhouse. Tobacco is fantastic. If you know, you watch my L3 videos, you know I've had several customs with tobacco in it. I love the sweetness of tobacco. I know that some tobacco oils have a little bit of smoke added to it. I don't mind that, but the sweetness and the Cuban cigar quality to it, I really love that. It's delicious to me. That's why I had to grab this, because, you know, tobacco isn't poured all the time with vendors, especially I don't see it a lot with L3, but I was really curious what black amber is, and there were a lot of black amber blends recently, you know, either at this this ready to ship that I got these ones at. I think there were other black ambers, but I didn't want to go too crazy, so I just got this one. And this has warm vanilla sugar. To me, is much better of a blender than Vanilla Bean Noel. Warm vanilla sugar is warm. It's warm vanilla. It's comforting. It's creamy. It's fantastic on its own. So adding it into blends to give that vanilla boost, in my opinion, is the best choice, because you're going to get that warm vanilla that a lot of us gravitate to. And this one, I'm not smelling outright tobacco right in your face. I'm smelling the black amber, I bet, even though I haven't smelled it alone, so I'm not quite sure. But this is it's a nice, I wouldn't quite call it earthy. I would say it's kind of a sensual blend. It's comforting. It doesn't belong to fruit. It doesn't belong to spice. It doesn't belong, you know, I put it in the sensual category just because it's a little different, and I love different. You know, I don't want to be cookie cutter in life. I love different stuff. Okay, I got buns. I love buns. Buns are probably my favorite shape. First one I got is watermelon, honeydew melon, and salty sea air. Love watermelon. It's watermelon season almost, but I have stuff in my melting tote that's watermelon heavy. So I am running out of watermelon stuff. That's why I'm slowly adding some more to my collection. This one is a beautiful balance. I get watermelon, the juiciness of the watermelon, but right behind that is the honeydew melon. I love the smell of honeydew. It's just like you cut open a honeydew melon, you know, you buy from the store. And the salty sea air, I think it'll probably come alive on warm because I'm not picking it up too much on cold, but salty sea air is strong if you've ever had it before. And it goes well with so many things. This is good. I really like this one. I'm glad I grabbed this. I meant to do this video this past week before Fridays ready to ship in case some of these items were still available if you wanted to grab them, but it didn't work out. So if any of these are still available, you know, next time there's a sale, you know, grab it if you think you would like it. How do you know unless you try? So this next one is strawberry lime. It was strawberry lime agave, but I think just for label purposes, she forgot to put agave on here. But strawberry lime and white elephant exchange. So this one I had to get because I haven't had strawberry and lime together. And I've got to be careful with lime because my husband does not like lime stuff. He thinks it's putrid smelling. You know, I can see where he's coming from. But I think with these other two notes in here, the white elephant exchange to kind of tone that down, and the strawberry, I think it'll be okay. This one, I am getting the lime, believe it or not, and I am getting a little bit of that white elephant exchange, and I don't remember everything that's in it. There's powdered donuts, white cake, and a couple of other notes, I think, to white elephant exchange. I'm getting, I should say, a hint of strawberry, but it's mostly lime with white elephant exchange. But that's okay, because as you all know, stuff smells differently on warm, and I can attest to that. Okay, next is Mrs. Bug's Buttermilk Drop Biscuits. I have had my eye on this blend probably for a year or so. This is sweet, fluffy buttermilk drop biscuits and jelly preserves. I love biscuits, I love preserves, I love jelly, and I had to give this a try. I really like this. I can already tell this one's going to come alive on warm, that those preserves are just going to come alive. I mean, I just repeated myself, but you know what I mean. There is a blend from L3 called Jelly of the Month Club, or actually no, not Jelly of the Month Club, Christmas Bonus. Christmas Bonus, the description is Jelly of the Month Club. You know, a little bit of everything, all the preserves and jams. Christmas Bonus. I have another bitty bitty somewhere in my house. I think it's downstairs in the storage. It's a fabulous blend, so I had to grab this to see if putting just a little bit, because Christmas Bonus has a sweet bread to it. I wouldn't quite say it's as sweet as, like, say, King's Hawaiian bread, but it's a sweeter bread. And it's perfect for blending with all those preserves. You know, I'm thinking there's probably apricot, which I don't really like apricot. I'm allergic to it. And sometimes if I smell something that's just straight apricot, I will sneeze. Or apricot, however you want to say it. I say apricot. I think there's apricot preserves, orange marmalade, strawberry, raspberry jam, all the other Jelly of the Month stuff that's in Christmas Bonus. But this one, I don't know quite what jelly preserves this is because it doesn't say. It's just drop biscuits and preserves, which is good enough for me. This is good. I'm going to get that going. And finally, Grassy Pants. Grassy Pants is a blend. Last spring in March, I think, last year, Jen had a customer creation blend contest that she opens up a couple of times a year to, you know, build more blends to her house blend list, and, you know, just to interact with us customers and, you know, have a lot of our blends poured. And she had a couple of times last year that she opened up the customer creation contest. She hasn't done it yet this year, so I bet it's coming soon. Grassy Pants was one of my many entries, and when I get rolling with just thinking about blends that could go together, I remember this was like a Friday night, I think, and I was just boom, 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 just putting blends out there. And this one, it's a house blend. This is fresh picked strawberries, fresh cut grass, sweet lavender, and watermelon. And why I thought to put these together is because I love fresh cut grass. Fresh cut grass, you might think, oh, do I want to smell like grass in my house? It is okay, because if you blend it appropriately with other stuff, it just takes on a whole new identity. I've had strawberry and grass and grass and lavender several times before, and I loved them. So I thought, grass, strawberry, lavender, what else can I put with it? And I thought watermelon, because watermelon is such a bright juicy fruit that plays well with strawberry. It plays well with lavender. And boom, here you go. If you've had, I have my my quote on the other side. If you have smelled grassy pants, let me know. Tell me what you think of it. It's okay if you don't like it. It's okay. You know, we aren't going to all like everything. But I know there are quite a few fans of this out there in the L3 group. I love this. I'm all out. This is the only quantity I have. I've used it all. When I went through my storage in my basement a couple of months ago, I was looking for, I'm like, I know I have more grassy pants, but I must have used it all because I had one matrix melt left. So here it is. I requested it and it was actually poured. So I'm so happy. I'm going to get this going, and I probably should have bought more than one, given that this is the only one I have right now and it's grassy pants season. So my little bag of samples. Let's see what I got today. I try to open these up on camera because I'm a dork like that, but that's okay. Okay. Confetti Cake Pop. I think this is a Bath & Body Works blend. I have not smelled this in person, so, I mean in the store even to even know what this is supposed to smell like. This one, it doesn't smell like too much to me other than just vanilla. Maybe a touch of bakery, not too heavy, but I'm sure that will come alive. You know, vanilla's tough. I don't know when this was poured. I probably won't melt this for a while just because vanilla needs a long time to cure to get those, you know, vanilla is such a tough oil. Next is Honey, I Washed the Kids. This is Lush. I know it has honey in it. Honey, and I don't remember the other notes to it, but I've had this before. This is a comforting, nice blend. You could even melt this if you're, you know, in the bath and, you know, you have your candles or your wax going. This is a relaxing blend. It's good for nighttime. It reminds me of like oatmeal and honey, or oatmeal and shea. There's a couple body washes out there I'm thinking about, but this one is nice. It is, I haven't had it in a while, so that's a nice one. And finally, this is Sweet Lavender, Sweet on Paris, and Let Them Eat Cake. So this is going to be just a sweet, yummy blend. This is heavy on Sweet on Paris, and a little bit of Sweet Lavender. Let Them Eat Cake, it's been a while since I've smelled Let Them Eat Cake by itself, so I'm not really able to see how much Let Them Eat Cake is dominant in here, but I definitely smell Sweet on Paris, which is a good one too. So that's this video of my small L3 haul. I didn't buy anything on Friday from the sale. I wanted to, but I decided to hold off until, you know, the next one. Hopefully there'll be a little bit more watermelon blends and some more summery stuff to come. So hope you enjoyed this video. Hope everyone has a wonderful rest of the weekend and a great week ahead. Happy spring. I'll see you soon.